Next project is another print. So we're gonna do one more print before we head off into the beginning parts of optimization. Just to fully understand that printer some more, now that we think we have it printing, I think I have it printing. I did a factory reset on it. I don't know if that was the trick. It's still not Wi-Fi connected, so we still have to use a micro disk. My laptop's there. I turned the lock screen off, so it shouldn't lock. And this is kind of the procedure to print, but I'm going to walk through it. I'm recording this, so people aren't here, they can see it. But we want to design another little thing. This is my example of what I did. Make it hard to manufacture. So this would be very difficult to manufacture because this piece sits on top of a shaft, right? Like that. So, well, that floated before. I don't know why it won't float now. Oh, it had a version issue. But anyway, this floats and can rotate, and there's 10 thousandths clearance between that shaft and this part, right? And these two ends are fixed. So this would be very difficult to manufacture. Two parts, basically, but we should be able to print this no problem. So whatever you design, make it kind of like this or like that U-joint if you want to do the U-joint, which that can't be manufactured, you know, in one piece. So what we're doing is manufacturing in one piece, but it has multiple pieces and multiple potential movements. So I put 10 thousandths clearance. Now, the secret to printing it in place, if you just do a normal STL, like if I go file, I don't know what this is going to do because it's like, yeah, I wonder why it did that. I'm going to try and open it again. I think it had a version problem, but that can't be. Yeah, it's just the same. Very weird. I don't know why I did that, but I literally can't show you what I want to show you. So I might have to make one real quick because I can't do a save as. It's like it's write protected or something. That's Graceland's part. Yeah. Let me do it one more time here and just see what's happening. That's an assembly. I could open the part, but load hidden components. Everything looks fine. I wonder what is happening. I could open the STL, but that doesn't help us. So it can't find a part. Oh, that looks right this time. Oh yeah. All right. I don't know what happened the first time. All right, everyone see how that works? All right. So when you go to make the STL, so we have to have STL to go into Bamboo Studio. So don't give me SolidWorks parts anymore because I don't want to have to do that. I'm making you do it. So to do that, you want to go File, Save As. Ooh, shouldn't have to rebuild it, but we'll hope for the best. Okay, and then switch it to STL. If you do that and just hit save, it'll save the parts separate. It will not save them in the assembled form. So you have to go to Options and say, save all components of assembly in a single file. Otherwise, it's going to take each part and separate it into separate files, which is fine if you want to print them separately, but I don't want to print this separately, right?
Right.
I want to print it like assembled. That's the point. So it's this thing right here, save all components, assembly in a single file. I played with these and I didn't see a lot of things happening differently in the resolution. So I don't really know what this is about. Don't know enough about the VBA file format. But then you hit OK and save. Oh, I already did it once, so it's just gonna do it again. That's fine. And then it does that. So if it keeps it together, you know, you've got it kind of right. All right, so then in Bamboo, whoops, that's not Bamboo. This is Bamboo. Get started. Oh, I don't really want any of this. Why do I have to do this? Next. Okay, next. I don't want to log in. All right, you're gonna go new project. That's really up in here when you get to the laptop. Right, we've all been in here, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so we want to make sure it's to the cool plate, which it's already set over there, so you don't have to worry about that. We're running PLA, which we're getting low on material, but I'll switch the reel. That's all we really need to set up here, but then we load it. That's that little button right here. So now it's probably on a flash drive when you take it over there, right? And I have flash drives laying there. So you're gonna have to search for it on the flash drive down here. Mine's on the desktop in here. And it should be named. Let's see it. Maybe it's back here. Did it not go to the desktop? Did it go to documents? What? What's happening to me, my life? Save as. Did go here. It is here. Oh, there's no STL. But I see.
We have to. Where's the point? Oh, no, you bring it into there and change it to G code.
Maybe I didn't say yes. Yeah, I'm trying to get there. See if it's there now. Wow. It's refusing to show up. Oh. Exciting.
This is what happens to me when I try to do the
Yeah.
tuck and go.
I just go to the desktop with it. I'll try to just go to the desktop with it. This should be.
What's going on with that? Anybody else has that problem in the future? When you're trying to tuck and go and it doesn't actually save the zip file?
What was it doing?
It just, you'd hit save.
No, I know. I
The
remember.
box would just close and it wouldn't be anywhere.
I remember that
And I
part.
figured out what was going on if you try to change the file name. So like if your assembly name is something, if you try to change it, it won't save it. It's the zip file, the pack and go, it's gotta be the same name as your assembly. So just don't mess with the name and it'll save it. I figured out that's what was doing wrong, because I was trying to change the name to like be like, you know, whatever. Yeah. Because I managed to like find like a Reddit post or something that was actually like specific, like can pack and go and to not.
All right, so you should be able to just go to that button, travel to where you saved it, and it should show up right there. So there it is. Now, if I auto position it, that's this. See what it does. Yeah, it didn't move it. So I don't know what it'll do with those overhangs. It may be fine. It did. Brandon's just fine, and it had some overhangs. So we'll see. But that should then print just like that, and that should have good movability to it. So I'll print this while we're doing it. All right, so then you slice the plate, right? I think everyone has that part down. There was this custom thing. That's these lines. See these lines here? That it's doing every time. So you can remove the custom, remove that. So that saves a little bit of time and a little bit of filament. I don't know why it's doing that every print. But if you leave custom in, it does these test lines for some reason. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, so we started pulling that out.
Make sure everything's working good at the start of your print, because our ender does that. Every single print.
Yeah, I don't know.
But ours also does like a border, you can set it. Have like a
Yeah.
border shape around it, and then sometimes jump.
So then from the laptop, you export the plate sliced file. Click on it, it does it, and this is where you want to send it to the micro SD, which is like an SCIE abbreviation. It always renames it, so I think you should name it back to whatever it was. I'll call it TD test assembly print. Okay. So then this would go on that micro SD card, but I'm just going to set it on the desktop. Once it's there, pull the micro SD card out, stick it in the machine, travel to the micro SD screen, and you should be able to hit print. The other thing that I found, I'll show you. That's all I'll do for the recording because now I'm going to the printer.